Good morning, and welcome back to Gaming with ADHD. Today we are doing an unboxing of Dreadball 2nd Edition, the futuristic science fiction sports game of the future. Yeah, say that 5 times fast. Anyways, it's a little bit different. This is actually not a brand new copy. I did the Kickstarter for the game, obviously, a few years ago. And I picked this up because, full disclosure, I am a Pathfinder for Mantic Games. And so occasionally I'll go out either to conventions or local stores and run demos of some of the games that they make. So I got this game so that I could keep it self-contained and just use it as demo material. So it's basically intact as you would get it from the manufacturer. But for those of you who haven't seen it, let's get in, take a look at what we get inside. I think you'll be pretty happy with it. So to start, we've got obviously a great looking cover of the, I forget which teams these are specifically, but we'll get into that when we actually open the box. These are the teams you get in the box. So let's see. On the back, obviously we've got a description of the all of the contents. Okay, so this is the Indige and the Neobots, and then obviously all of the other contents. So let's open it up. All right. So first thing, we get a little catalog, different games that Mantic puts out. They also do Terrain Crate. If you haven't seen Terrain Crate, look it up. Ask your retailer for it. Look it up online. If you do any kind of role-playing games or even just regular miniatures games, this is a fantastic way to build up terrain for your games. So, anyways, look, ADHD, talking about not the subject. Surprise. All right, so we get a catalog. Let's see. We've got our read this first pamphlet. So it's going to describe the contents of the box. So you're going to get the Ninth Moon Tree Sharks, which are the Indige, and the Draconis All-Stars, which are the Neobots. You get dice and tokens for the home and visitor team. You get dice for coaching. You get tokens for the Dreadball, a special effect counter, score counter, rush counter, and a ref bot. We'll get into ref bot when we do an actual review of the game. You also get a deck of cards. It is 54 cards of actions and specials. All right, so we've got a description of the pitch and what it uses. Dreadball is a sort of cross between football, high-ally, soccer, and whirlyball. If you know what whirlyball is, you know. Got a quick tutorial going over the different action types that you can make. So basically just a quick little, here's how to get started with the game. I like that. I like when games, especially that are a bit more complicated, give you something where, hey, here's a taste of the game. Here's something, to let you know the basics of how it works. You can have some fun with it, and then you can get into the actual meat of the game that you get out of the full rulebook. Now, this book right here, this is just the rules for the basic game. I will actually show you a book once we're done. It's the collector's edition book, which I believe they still offer. You know what? I'm actually going to look that up real quick. The collector's edition book is fantastic. And like I said, I'll show you that at the end. I just want to make sure that they do still offer it. Yes, they do have the full book. It is available in print and digital. And there's even a bundle where you can get an extra deck. So, cool. There's that. So, it's a rule book. Nothing fancy. But this is all of the rules for playing regular Dreadball. And then obviously they're going to tell you about additional teams, additional accessories, additional game types. There's Dreadball Ultimate, which we'll talk about in a little bit. So, and then also you get a cheat sheet on the back of the booklet. This is like super important. It looks like a lot. Trust me, from somebody who's played the game, not as many as others, but you get good. Like this is a really, really good cheat sheet. Not all games make very good cheat sheets, so kudos to Mantic for that one. All right, we'll look at these in a second. You get your team reference cards, one for the All-Stars, one for the Ninth Moon Tree Sharks. So there are 3 different types of players: guards, jacks, and strikers. Again, I'll go into that when I actually do a review of the game. And so it gives you the stats for all the different figure types, how much they cost. It's listed in mega credits. It's points. If your team gets any cards to start the game, and any special abilities. So, the Draconis All-Stars have the linked special abilities. They start with 1 card, and then you start with 8 players in the team. The Tree Sharks just get 8 players. They don't get any cards or any special abilities. So, then they also include these 2 cards. These are captains. So you get, obviously, the special ability that the team gets, different cost, any different abilities that they have. So the Romeo Blue gets Alert and Lucky, and Nahuatl gets Duck and Weave, Backflip, and Stubborn. So, and then they also give you, looks like, a little bit of background on the character. So, that's cool. All right. Let's see. Dice, pretty self-explanatory. Dreadball uses a dice pool mechanic. So everything you do, you start by putting 3 dice into your dice pool and going from there. All right. There is the special event token. Just gray plastic. And these are the Dreadballs. Now, technically it doesn't affect gameplay, but I will admit I really don't like the size of these Dreadballs. They are much smaller than they were in first edition Dreadball. But they do give you 2 of them, so that when you lose one, there you go. All right. So we've got... These cards are for the teams. They're a little bit mixed up. Sorry about that. Specials, actions, events if you are using the event deck. That is actually an add-on that you pick up later. So we've got those cards. And we've got the regular specials and action deck. So this can be used to, like in this case, give a striker an action, or play this card when a player is put into the sin bin. Basically, they get injured and are out of the game. So, deck of cards, pretty standard, but they're printed very well. So, pretty happy with that. Ooh, all right. So we've got our score track. Basically, it's a Dreadball trophy. And we've got our RefBot. Oh, that's the back of the RefBot. It appears to be a female RefBot. But there you go. These seem to be, I believe these are all hard plastic. In first edition, there were a lot of models that were in Restic. A lot of people do not like Restic. Personally, I don't mind it. I didn't have many issues with it. All right, and these are the home and away tokens. Obviously, they are, cast plastic, but they are 3D, so you can see the symbol there. The red ones are transparent, as you can see. And you get 5 of these for each side. All right. We've got the eye in the sky. This is used to track the rushes. Rushes are the plays for each side of the board. All right, let's start with the Indage. Now, so you do get balls in the color of your team, which I'm dropping all over the place. So here is a green Dreadball. All right, let me grab the 4 different model types that they have. All right, so for each team, they're going to give you 4 different types of models. We will take a look at, actually, let's take a look at our guard first. So guards are sort of your, offensive linemen. Big, broody, I'm going to come in and hit you, and hit you hard. So we've got the Indage guard here. They've got some good detail on these models. I'm pretty happy with it. They also did mark on the base. As you can see, there's ridges around the front. The front and rear arc are important for the game. All right, so that's the guard. Then the next one is the jack. Jacks are jacks because they are jacks of all trades. So they can do stuff that guards can do. They can do stuff that strikers can do. They don't do either of them very well, but they also don't do them poorly, and you even get a choice. So this is our Indage Jack, who just does not want to get into focus. But regardless, for single part models, they've got a lot of really good detail. I'm very happy with these models. Then our final one, we've got the striker. Now, strikers are your ball handlers. Basically, their job is to get the Dreadball and get it into the scoring goal. So, there's our Indage striker. Now, they do also give you prone figures. So, sometimes your models will get knocked over, and you can take it off and replace it with this. Personally, I don't do it. It's a fun add-on. They've had them since first edition, but I don't find it as useful. But there we go. Got a prone Indage. And then we've got our Indage Captain as I start on the back. I like this guy. I've never actually taken a look at him. Looks like he's a guard. I have to get the card and look at it, but regardless, he's got some beefy armor going on there. Regardless, great looking model. All right. Then we've got the Neobots. Neobots have the same player options. Actually, we will take this one since it's easier to find. Same player options as the Indage. So here is our guard. I should get some paint on these, but I think for my demo set, I'm going to leave it as is. I like people to be able to see what they get out of the actual box, but we've got a big beefy guard here. All right, then our next one, we've got the Jack. This red really does not show up well on camera. But they've got really good detail on these models. Very happy with these. Pour the rest of these out and get the bags out of the way. All right, and then our striker. So again, ball handler. Get the ball to the goal. All right, and finally, the prone Neobot. So I gotta say, Mantic has really stepped up their game, in my opinion, with the quality of their models. I never thought they were bad, but they were obvious. They were definitely a little bit, more budget friendly, and they're still budget friendly. But I'll be honest, I'm happy with them. I like them. So there's that. Anyways, so you get a nice tray, holds everything in here, but we do need to take it out for a minute. All right. So the last piece in our box is the pitch. Now, if you've seen some of my other unboxing videos, this isn't going to work out so great to be able to show you the whole thing because it is fairly good sized. But it's got a 6-fold or 6-fold? Anyways, or is it trifold? I don't know. It folds up a lot, but you've got your player bench. This is the rush tracker. So a game will go until one side has 7 points or until both sides have taken 7 turns. Okay. Got a scatter diagram here. Places to put your decks of cards. If there's a special card in play and you need a marker, those are placed there. This is the sin bin, so the number of turn or the amount of damage that your player takes is the number of turns they sit out of the game. So there's that, and then this is your reserve bench to bring people back in. Let's look at the other side. We've got same thing for the red side was the visitors. Now we've got the home team. This is the scoring track along here. So it uses a tug of war system. So the first team to score 7 points wins. But when the opposing side scores and you're ahead, you'll actually lose points. So, basically only one side will end up with points at the end of the game. So that's that. Now, one other thing that I do want to point out that I really, really like that they did with this. So this is the board for Dreadball Ultimate, and I am not going to easily be able to show you what it is, but basically it is a giant hex board that allows you to play, instead of 2 teams against each other, you can play up to 6 teams against each other. Each team gets its own scoring zone, and it's a little bit different from First Edition Dreadball Ultimate. First Edition Dreadball Ultimate had 3. Instead of being 6 sides to the Ultimate pitch, it had 3 sides. And each one was shared by up to 2 teams. So this does clean it up a little bit, but if you still have the old pitch, you can play using that one as well if you want a little bit different game. So sorry I can't get a good shot of that. We have another team hiding out. That's for a later video. Sorry I can't show this very well. Unfortunately, it's just the nature of my setup. One day, I'll have more room. I hope. All right. So, last thing I do want to point out, this is the Collector's Edition Rulebook. If you notice, this is an actual book. The rules that you get out of the core box are basically just a little pamphlet. They are the full rules, but still just a pamphlet. Whereas this gives you all of, basically everything that you would want. Okay, so it does give you, it gives you the read this first section. It gives you the actual rules section that you get out of the game. But then it also includes the rules for Dreadball Ultimate. And actually, here's a picture of the Ultimate board. I'm sorry I couldn't get the whole thing in here. So as you can see, you've got 6 different scoring zones. You get these player sheets for different locker rooms. So your pitch, your sin bin, etc. for all 6 teams. So they give you the rules changes for Ultimate, which, to be honest with you, are not very different from basic Dreadball. But in Ultimate Dreadball, you get giants. So they get giant figures, so those rules are in here as well. Supporting staff, playing league games. That's one of the best parts. Dreadball has a fantastic league system that they also try to balance. So if one league if one team in the league is pulling ahead, it's still worth it for the lower level teams to keep playing. So, different rules for a pitch. So, the Indige Jungle Ball, the different abilities. Then they also give you the stats for every single team that they've put out. They've got, believe it's 30 different teams now. They've got a couple of teams that are, they've got the mutants, where these are the rules for building mutants. Okay, so there are so many options for this. There's a robot team that, again, you build it like the mutants. Little different, but still similar. The Renton Rejects, which come out of Extreme. The different captains. So, this book is absolutely worth it. You get everything that you would want for the game. They have done very well at keeping the game balanced. And so I cannot recommend this book highly enough. If you're going to get the core set, might as well just grab this at the same time. You again get the cheat sheet. You also get a cheat sheet for building a team for league play. But that's what you get there. Currently, you can get the printed version of the collector's edition book for $20 US on the Mantic website. So, really, really good deal. Cheaper than the digital version. Digital version's $30. So, with that being said, I hope you like this. I hope you got something good out of it. I hope you're interested in trying a game of Dreadball. Absolutely. If you go to any of the conventions or your local store, look for a Mantic Pathfinder. They would absolutely love to get you a demo of the game. So, if you like the video, please give it a like. If you like what I'm doing on the channel, I would absolutely love it if you could subscribe. I'm trying to get lots of different content out. I'm into all sorts of different games, and so you might be surprised at what you see here. So, thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you next time.